Welcome to the show. We meet new women's basketball coach Sam Williams to begin, baseball, softball, track and field to follow. Coach, when you take over a program after a season's over, you don't have much time to rest. You got to do so many things. I bet you've been using about all 24 hours each day.
How about 26?
Yeah, if you could.
It's been a whirlwind. You know, the time, whether you're coming in having to finish scheduling, you know, meet with the players, practice, it's been pretty time-consuming.
Well, let's begin with many of the things you have to deal with. First of all, you have to put together a staff, and I know you've already hired two really good coaches that you're well aware of, and Jackie Alexander and Matt Toon. So you're beginning to get that staff together so you can work as a team.
Correct. They're here today. Today's the first day that they're both here at the same time, so I'm excited to have them both in the office. But I think the fans will love them. They're hard workers, and I'm excited to have them on the team.
And then the next thing is you have to meet the players that will return currently on the roster as you take graduates out and that type of thing, 7 on the roster. So you got to know what you have that's returning.
Exactly. And they've been great. They have really bought in, and they're excited. You know, and I'm looking forward to continuing to build with them. They finish up here in the next week with school, and then we'll go back at it in summer school in July. And
you had a little bit of time to work out before you got to the so-called dead period with them.
We did. We had about 2 weeks of on-court time, which was invaluable, so I could learn their strengths and weaknesses. And, you know, as I just said, I'm looking forward to getting back with them in July.
And a lot of recruiting to be done. And I know you play, to an extent, a little bit of catch-up. So how has the recruiting process been so far?
It's actually been pretty good. You know, fortunately for myself, some of the recruiting contacts that I've had, because of where I've come from, I've had people call me about players, and already knew some of the places to look for. And actually, we've got some, I can't talk about the kids, but we've got some official visits here in the next few weeks.
I counted up the number of schools and the number of years you've been an assistant. 18 years, 6 schools, but have been at 2 premier programs over the last 12. 8 years at U of L under Jeff Walz, who's a tremendous coach, and your success there is documented. Everybody knows about it. And then 4 years at Duke as well. So you're prepared for where you are now.
I am prepared. I'm very blessed and fortunate to have worked for those coaches because they've had a lot of success, and I feel like they prepared me for this opportunity.
You were a great player in high school at DuPont Manual and then went to Auburn, so you know about basketball at the high level. Is it easier to be a coach when you played the game because you know what the players go through?
I think so. I think if you can convey to them that you understand what they're going to, the stress, the time management, the demands of their schedule, I think that gives you an upper hand in just having them understand that you understand what they're going through.
When you have to decide, when do I call that timeout? When do I switch from a man-to-man to a zone? Any apprehension that, okay, now I'm the one that's got to make those decisions? Or do you feel like by watching the coaches you've been under and scouting and that kind of thing, that will just come naturally to you?
I think it'll come natural. As you said, working for some of the great coaches in college women's basketball. In addition, I've always been a student of the game. I watch all different levels, and I always watch, like NCAA tournament time, I love to watch the close games because I put myself in those situations and think, what would I do at those times?
The one thing that jumped out at me in your introductory press conference was how important family is to you. And my sense is, and tell me if I'm correct here, that you're going to carry over your sense of family and what it's meant to you, to your players and to your program.
Well, I think if you can give your program, the community, the administration, the sense of family, I think the connection and relationships make things stronger. I think, you know, when you're going through those hard times, knowing that your family, your teammates have your back, I think it pushes you through those times in adversity.
So before you know it, tip-off will come in early November, but there's a lot of work between now and then. What's the one message that you want to give the fans about the future of EKU women's basketball?
I think competing. This team is going to be competitive. We are, obviously there's some changes being made, but I think you're going to see this team compete and fight this year. And that's going to be the backbone of our program.
I'm excited, Coach. Great to meet you. And for all the fans, welcome to EKU.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Sam Williams, the new women's basketball coach here at EKU. We'll switch from the court to the diamond when Inside EKU Sports continues.
Every day is a concept that few people can commit to. Every day requires a level of dedication that forces you to test your limits.
Every day I'll give back to the community because I draw strength from their support. Every day the sounds of your cheers will echo through my mind. Knowing that you have my back means I can always look forward.
Every day I'll be too tired to sweat and my bones will ache. Every day will provide me with the slight edge that I need to succeed. Champions are built every day.
Is Pickle struggling to get up and down the stairs?
No. Why?
Does she cough a lot or often experience shortness of breath?
No.
Does she hang out with the wrong crowd of dogs?
Say what?
I'm afraid Pickles here is a smoker.
When you smoke, your pet smokes. Quit Now Kentucky offers you the free help you need to quit tobacco. To learn more, text QUIT KY to 797979.
We talk EKU baseball now with Darren Williams. He's a right-handed pitcher out of the bullpen. Darren, you guys have had a lot of close baseball games in the OVC, right there at the 500 mark. But I look back, and of the last 5 losses in the OVC, 4 of them by 1 run, that in a way, I know that's tough to take, but in a way it's got to give you confidence as we head towards the tournament later in May.
It's tough. It's been tough, but I think a good thing that Coach T preaches is that we're going to see them down the line. You know, we're going to see Jacksonville State again in the tournament. We're going to see Murray State again in the tournament. So we know that we can beat them. We just got to play better going down the stretch and get hot and play them at the right time and beat them when it counts.
What has been the biggest thing for you as a guy out of the bullpen? You made 15 appearances. I mean, you'd had some starts earlier in your career. Have you adjusted to being a bullpen guy, and do you like that role?
I think it's just embracing your role. You know, I could have came in and said, you know, I'm not starting this year, hang my head, or I could have learned from the best closer in the country how to do it, you know, and I think Aaron's been a great mentor to me, how to dominate your routine every day, how to prepare for those outings, how to be ready in 10 minutes, you know.
Yeah, you mentioned Aaron Oceanbine. He's amazing out of the bullpen. This past weekend, you just couldn't get to him. And that's the key, is if you can get to your closer, I mean, you've got the ace in your hand, don't you?
Right, absolutely.
What has he taught you the most important thing? You talked about preparation. Is that a key to a bullpen guy?
I think so. You know, you got to have some feel about how the game is going. So if it's the 5th, 6th inning and, you know, you see we're up 1 or 2, mentally prepare yourself right there, get locked in, get stretched out, get going. Even if coach doesn't say, Darren, warm up, you know, just think your number's about to be called and be ready to roll. And then when you get in there, just attack guys.
Couple guys
right at 'em.
Couple guys on base. You got a 2-2 count. You know it's a big pitch coming. What's your go-to pitch? And I know every batter may be different, but in your repertoire, what do you go to? What do you like?
Going fastball in, no doubt. Fastball up and in.
As far as off the field, you're an economics major, so where do you take that? I know you love the game of baseball. You'd love to apply that to your major as well.
Hopefully work in the front office of a Major League Baseball team one day. Hopefully that's not for a few years and I'm playing for a little while longer, but I'd love to work on the number side of baseball behind the scenes one day.
There's a lot of analytics in baseball. I mean, there's numbers in the game itself statistically. Do we get too deep in the statistics?
Sometimes I think.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think when guys like Jason Worth aren't in the major leagues anymore because they're saying some 21-year-old is better or something. I think it's a little bit too much, but that's, again, you have to have feel with it.
You came from Mason County, played baseball and basketball there, made the state tournament in basketball. It was a good upbringing. I mean, there's good athletics at Mason County High School, and then you end up here at EKU. What was your high school foundation like to lead you to EKU?
I think it's just being put into situations where you're expected to excel. You know, you have a high standard you have to play at, and you're demanded to win. you're demanded to win. You're expected to win. So I think that was a great thing for me.
And now you come to EKU, you're a redshirt sophomore. What's it meant to be a Colonel? You still got a couple
Still
years
got 2
left.
years, yeah. I mean, it's special. You know, you make so many lifelong friends. The program is so special because of the relationships you make with these guys.
Tennessee Tech was an out or two away from the College World Series last year. Now they're reloading this year, so they're lower in the conference, but you got a 3-game weekend set at home. Your last 2 big sets are at home, so you got to kind of make some hay, get ready for the tournament, which comes up May 21 through the 26th.
Right.
Big weekend. What's the key?
Big weekend. Tennessee Tech's a good hitting team, like they always are. We've looked at the numbers, we've scouted them. They're a good hitting team, so our pitchers are going to have to be big this weekend. Bullpen's going to have to be good. We're going to have to get quality starts.
Okay,
always going to rely on the arms.
Thanks, Darren. Appreciate it.
Alrighty.
Darren Williams with the baseball team. This is the schedule for the Colonels out at Combs Stadium. Friday, a 6 o'clock first pitch. Saturday at 4. Both of those games scheduled to be on ESPN Plus, and then a 1 o'clock closeout game on Sunday, all weather permitting. When we come back, we'll stay on the diamond and check in with the softball team.
At Eastern Kentucky University, we recognize greatness starts in the classroom, but it doesn't end there. You have to get hands-on, get real-world experience, and discover who you are meant to be. Be a crime fighter. Be a visionary. Be a colonel. See what you can be. Visit go.eku.edu/colonel.
Take it from me, quitting tobacco isn't easy. It can take several attempts before you can finally quit for good. So if at first you don't succeed, quit. Quit again. And remember, even though quitting is hard, you don't have to do it alone. Quit Now Kentucky is with you every step of the way. For free help quitting tobacco, text QUIT KY to 797979 or go to quitnowkentucky.org.
We stay on the diamond here on Inside EKU Sports and talk to third baseman Emily Corbett of the softball team as we head down the home stretch of the regular season. Looking ahead to the OVC Tournament, Jacksonville State has won the regular season, but they and 4 other teams, including EKU, all have either 5 or 6 losses in a very competitive top half of the conference. So this thing's wide open once you get to Alabama for the championship rounds.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It's definitely a hit or miss.
You guys are a very veteran team. You were the regular season champs last year, but Jacksonville won the tournament. I know it's a goal to win it this year, get to the NCAAs. What's it going to take?
Actually, we work really hard all the time, and we definitely have the talent. We don't really have to work on anything except for making sure that all 3 of our parts come together. We've got to have pitching, we've got to have defense, and we've got to have hitting, all 3 together. And if one of them doesn't show up that day, then we don't have it.
Of the other 4 teams that are with you or above you in the OVC regular season, you've split with all of them, including Jacksonville State, except for Southeast Missouri. So it has been a very competitive situation. Of all those things you need to work on, where do you think the key is going to come? What do you have to have in tournament time?
I think it's going to take everybody to show up and want to play, and the games that we have lost, we shouldn't have lost at all. I know that when we got swept by SEMO, we had sat at the hotel for a couple of days because of rain or anything like that, and the games that we've split, we have just, taken pitches off, and it showed, and it cost us. So I think we're just going to have to stay in it all the time, and we definitely can do it.
You're a senior. You've been at EKU for 2 years, 112 games. You've started them all, and you've got a few left. So at the end of your senior season, does it feel like my college career is almost over?
Oh, my gosh. We all get so emotional about it, and it's just, I cannot believe, especially because, it doesn't really feel like it because I came from a junior college, and I stayed 2 years there, and then I stayed 2 years here. So it kind of feels like I'm just going 2 years somewhere else. But I know that the other seniors, it's really hard because they've been here for 4 years and they know that it's over. It just won't kind of hit me or Destiny. until like the final out.
You're from Thomasville, Georgia. We've had some great football players from that school
Yes.
in the past. And what's it meant for you to be a colonel on the softball team?
Oh my gosh, this program is just absolutely amazing. I don't want to leave. I mean, I'm not going to find a better program than this one right here. And I mean, I could probably get super emotional about it too, but you know, I just can't wait to take what I've learned home with me to coach at my high school or anything like that.
Fun fact about Emily Corbett, you sing, you can play the violin, and for Christmas, what happened?
I actually got a guitar for Christmas, so I'm learning to do that too. Yeah.
What's easier to play, the violin or, as you say, the guitar? Right? You're from Georgia, you can say the guitar, right?
Actually, I think the guitar is actually a lot easier because like it just kind of comes natural. My brother plays, and he actually just got a record deal, so like so like it definitely runs in the family.
Let me guess, country music.
Yes, he does.
Are you a country music fan?
I'm definitely a country music fan.
Favorite singer or band?
Right now, I would say that Morgan Wallen or Mitchell Tenpenny is definitely my favorite.
Okay, I have no idea who they are, but sounds good. So do you have you done any YouTube songs or anything we can look at?
I know that me and Carly Robinson did one, and it kind of went viral, but I haven't really had the time to do it. But I know that my brother keeps saying that we're going to do a couple of duets this summer, so hopefully I can get seen or something.
All right, we'll be on the lookout for that. Good luck to you and the rest of the Colonel softball team members, OVC tournament time, and I know you've got a regular season doubleheader as well. Thanks, appreciate it. That is Emily Corbett. Here's what's ahead for the softball team. At Belmont, makeup games due to rain. Doubleheader down in Nashville on Thursday. Then that OVC tournament played in Oxford, Alabama. It starts on Wednesday, May 8th, and the Colonels hope to be playing all the way through May 11th. When we come back, we'll go the distance on Inside EKU Sports.
We are more than just athletes. We inspire scholars. We inspire leaders. We inspire champions. We inspire family. This is the Ohio Valley Conference.
We talk track and field now with distance runner Zach Stewart as we get near the Ohio Valley Conference Championships in a couple of weekends. Zach, I know you fought through some injuries, and you're really having a good outdoor season now as you get back into competitive health. So how's it been going?
Yeah, the injury in indoors it actually kind of was a blessing because it let me kind of train through indoors and just focus on the 5K and 10K. And I'm really reaping the benefits of the consistent fall that we had and the consistent winter. So
let's talk about the overall team aspect of track and field. You think about the individual events, but in college it is a real team event as well. And for the first time ever last sports season, EKU men won the Triple Crown, cross country, indoors, and outdoor. You're 2/3 of the way there again. You've lost because of injury one of your star runners in Sugar Segura. So a lot of pressure on this team. Can you get it done down a man when you get to the outdoors in Cape Girardeau in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, injuries have not been kind to us this season. It's definitely something we have to battle. It's part of the sport. You have to get to the starting line. But you know, that's our goal. You know, we got cross and indoor done, and we're just going to get as many points as possible and see what happens.
I was really impressed in the Virginia Challenge a couple of weeks ago. You knocked off 18 seconds for your personal best in the 5K. 18 seconds in a 5K. How'd you get that done?
Just the consistent training. I think it was a long time coming. You know, I think I've been able to PR for a while, just had to get in the race, and the race went out at the right pace, and I was able to close hard, and it went well.
So currently, you plan to run both the 5K and the 10K. The 10K will come first in the OVC?
10K will be Thursday night, and the 5K is on Saturday.
Is that enough time in between to restore your energy from a 10K to get ready for a 5K?
I'll do my best.
Yeah. So which of those two disciplines do you like best? Are you better at the 5K or the 10K?
I consider myself more of a 10K runner. I think my time in the 5K this year is a little better just based off of the race, but I think I'm more of a 10K and cross-country runner.
You are from Union, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
We have runners from all over the United States and from foreign countries as well. So coming to EKU, it's a distance running school.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of great ones. So you've probably learned a lot here, haven't you?
Oh, I've learned so much about different training cultures. I'm rooming with a guy from Spain, and I've gotten to on trips room with people from Africa and all over Europe and everywhere. So it's been really cool learning all about them.
I think that's what's so neat about college is being able to mix different cultures and different academic pursuits. It helps you grow up, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've definitely matured a lot just by talking with these guys, learning all about them.
You're a physics major.
Yeah.
That's not easy.
No.
Track and field and physics. What
No,
are you
not
going
at
to do
all.
with that major?
Your guess is as good as mine. I have no clue. I'm just enjoying learning about it right now and challenging myself, and so we'll see.
What's the thrill of running? Because I don't have the body to be a runner, and I don't make it very far. If I have to move much of a distance outdoors, I'd like to do it on a bike. So how did you become a runner, and why do you enjoy it?
Well, I originally thought I was going to play collegiate basketball, and then in 7th grade, I got cut from the basketball team. So track doesn't cut people. So I went with that, and I started to excel, and I think I started to love it because of that, and really seeing how much I can push my body and how much better I can progress every year is what I really love about the sport.
I understand about getting cut from the basketball. I got cut from the 9th grade C team in high school, so I became a broadcaster. I tried to run, but I was the guy, that one year was like the guy they stuck in the 880 in the old days, and then I became a manager of the track team one year, so I understand that. Track's meant a lot to you, though, hasn't it?
Oh, for sure. This is my 10th year competing in track,
awesome.
And I think I'm going to still keep running after college, and yeah, it's meant a lot to me.
It was great to meet you. Good luck to you and the rest of the team in the OVCs.
Thank you.
All right, Zach Stewart, distance runner with the EKU track and field team. By the way, the OVC's in Cape Girardeau this year on May 9th through May 11th. Good luck to both the men's and women's teams. That will do it for the entire year of Inside EKU Sports. Good luck to all of the teams competing in spring competitions here in the month of May, and we'll see you back in August to talk football and all the other sports, soccer, everything going on, volleyball, as we always keep you up to date. And throughout the summer, you can keep up with EKU Athletics by liking and following all of our social media websites you see on the screen. Till next year, as always, go Big E.